mind. So there is this thing that can happen all through your life, actually, where you have this really strange feeling sometimes that something's happening to someone else and you don't even know that other person, let alone know what's happening to them, but it's something not very nice. You know, in other words, there's this connection with and feelings of what do you call it? The Apostle John would call it discombobulation, feelings of
an unsettled feeling.
An unsettled feeling inside of yourself. Not understanding any reason why you feel so unsettled or anything like that, but the reality is that often it's the other half of yourself that's quite unsettled or going through some pain or suffering, and one half, your half, is feeling that. So yes, there is an energy flow of information and emotions and feelings to the other half of the soul, and that will always be the case. However, the more intellectually shut down we become, our soul becomes like a dried out prune. So if you could think about it, as I'm shutting down myself, shutting down my desires, shutting down my passions, shutting down love, this is something that happens throughout our life generally. What happens is this soul, instead of looking the nice, pristine, let's say that's the soul shape for an example, now it's looking like this, you know, like this withered up prune, you know, like that's what it looks like. Very little energy coming out of it. And because there's very little energy coming out of it to anything, there is also very little energy coming out of it to its other half. So its other half may be in a pristine condition, right? But this half would not feel very much of the other half in that condition. Does that make sense? To the spirit who we've asked the question?
Yeah, the spirit, he actually passed, and on Earth he actually had tendencies towards both sexes, but he was confused sexually himself. So he wanted to know about himself as to, when he passed, he became aware that he was just a male and not who he believed he was, a female. So he's really confused.
Right.
So
there is a lot of sexual confusion, not only on Earth, but also in the spirit world, and we want to discuss why that is the case as a part of this discussion today.